Hi everybody, it's good to see you again. Hey, we're going to be remodeling or repairing one of our rabbit hutches today. I thought I'd give you a little bit of an update. It's right before New Year's 2020. We can see it at the end of 2021 is going out at the end of the tunnel. 22 is coming in. And at this current time, to be 100% honest with y'all, maybe a little too honest, I am right now recovering from COVID. I was diagnosed or tested positive, and the Lord has blessed me. My prayers go out to all those who are battling or have lost loved ones to COVID, as always. But the Lord has blessed me. Comparatively speaking, my symptoms, I would say, are minor. I have a little shortness of breath, some fever, stuff like that. I've been taking orange juice, my vitamins, trying to get up and move around every day. And I've got a lot of people praying for me. But that being said, we touched a little bit about our rabbit hutches. We're going to get back into the rabbits. I'm going to upgrade these a little bit, and I'll show you what I've done so far, and we'll go through how we do that. So y'all stand by. This is Robert, R7 Homestead. Let's go on a journey. Okay, now this one I've already replaced the wire with this 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch hardware cloth that most people have used for years and decades, and I've used for decades for rabbit hutches. It has served its purpose, but it gets rusty. You can see this is what I pulled out of there. You can see how it's rusty right here and brittle. I don't know how old these cages are. They were given to me by a friend. I replaced them with this 1 inch by 1/2 inch because the droppings fall through a lot easier. This is a lot stiffer wire, and if you run your hand across it, it's a lot less abrasive. Okay, I don't know if it's because of the material or whatever, but this is a heavier gauge wire. Now, I'm not going to fool you and tell you that it costs the same, because it doesn't. It's a little more expensive. But in my mind, as of right now, it's well worth the investment, because you got to remember, these hutches are an investment. Sometimes we got to do what we got to do to get started, but then you want to upgrade from there. You can see here how that is rusted. This middle brace, just by its design, will hold whatever, urine, feces, stuff like that. We may change that and turn something on edge with a bevel on it, or just take it out altogether. I think we can probably take it out, because with this new wire, it will provide plenty of support because it's so much stiffer. So we're going to take out the bottom, and what I'm doing is I'm just taking a simple set of side cutters, and I'm clipping along, and I'll pull this stuff off the front as best I can. But along here, I'm not going to clip up tight. I'm going to actually clip a little bit back, so that when I cut that, I can fold it down. I no longer have to worry about that ever coming up, because I'll staple it, and it'll just stay there till it rots away, or until this thing gets thrown away, whatever the case may be. And then I'll take and put the new wire, I'll form a basket, okay? Because I'm never taking these partitions out. These partitions, they're very important to keep the females away from each other. So I'm gonna form a basket, a 3-way basket, and it'll come over here, and then it'll fold down in the front like this does. So we'll go along with the journey, and we'll see what happens. Also, these feeders, though they're good, I've learned some things. I've used them for many years. There's one type, here's a smaller one. I can't tell you how much money I've spent on these things and how much feed I've wasted in these things. These are designed to hang either on the front of the door. You cut through the wire. See, somebody had started this one. It might have even been me. I'll have to fix that. Put one in there, And the problem with that is the one that's out here, this feed can get wet. If you put it on the inside like I had some of the other ones, you have to open the door, you fill it up, and then it still gets wet. Or the rabbits waste it, whatever the case may be. But you know, you're missing out on something when you do that. You need to check on your animals every day, if at all possible. And sometimes that's inconvenient, but it's necessary. Now, if you've got to go away for a period of time, yes, by all means, put some kind of perpetual feeder in there so they don't run out of feed. That's important. I'm not saying it's not. But as a regular basis, I think we're better served by using, you know, a bowl like this, a heavy ceramic bowl of some type. You know, I use like the heavy ceramics. Some people prefer something else. It's whatever. If you're crafty, make one. You know, I don't think the rabbits care. But you put those in there, and then you have to go and actually look and talk to your rabbits every day. They become desensitized to you. They're not afraid of you as much. It's a lot easier to handle for breeding and for taking care of them. And at the end of the day, whatever it is, you know, if you are a meat rabbit person, it makes that easier too. So I'm not going to be using perpetual feeders. I will, however, use perpetual waterers because we live in East Texas, and that is very important. Because we'll be feeding them every day, we'll be able to check their water at least once a day, if not more. But I think it's extremely important that they have water on demand, and they don't have the opportunity to dump it out. So I'm not sure what kind of watering system I'm going to go with. I do have the stuff for a nipple water system, and or I may go back with the bottles. I don't know. The drawback to a perpetual watering system when you live in a hot climate like this is that the water gets hot and it doesn't cool them off quite as much. Another thing I've done is on my nesting boxes. Nesting boxes, they had this lid on top, which was good, but we had no way to clean it out. And those rabbits, no matter how many signs I hang up in there, they kept using that nesting box as a restroom. So what we did, me and the frog in my pocket, we took in, here's the other one. You see, we got it cleaned out. That's important. So I took in, these were built with boards instead of plywood or something like that. So I took and unsecured this, put a hinge on it. Now we can open it up and clean it out. Okay, close it back up. And I used this pin just because I had it sitting around. You use whatever. And that way I can get it cleaned out. But these nesting boxes work great for them to have their babies in. I don't have to put a box in there to take up a bunch of room. And because 99% of the time, we put it in there, they're going to turn it, they're going to eat it, you know. So, but hey, let's go on this journey, and I'll start working on this. And I'm sure you all don't want to sit here and watch me cut each one of these one at a time. So I'll come back to you. Okay, so here's where we're at so far. Took that center board out. You can see how rusty and how that just kind of held everything there. So we've cleaned this out, cut the wire, folded it down, taking the wire off the front, we pull those nails out, and then we'll get the other wire set in there. I think it was important we took this out, this center board. The original builder, I know he put it there to support the wire, but with this thicker, heavier wire we're using, I don't believe we're going to need it. I think it's going to do just fine without it. Like I said, it was flat, so it was catching and holding the urine and the feces and stuff, and it's a good potential for disease, not to mention rotting the wire out. So we're going to try it without it and see how it works. Okay, I've measured out my wire. I've got it the width. I know that the width is the depth of the cage. So I've measured it out, 22.5 inches. And then I added about 2 inches for a fold on either side. One of the things that I do, a little trick that I've learned the hard way, is once I find my spot, I'll take I happen to have these little key carabiners sitting around, but you can use anything, paper clip, binder clip, whatever, and hang it on there. And I do one on each side like so. So if I get distracted or if I need to go do something, I don't lose my place and have to remeasure all over again. I've got it right here. I've used a marker and that works good, but sometimes you, especially or a pencil, it's hard to find that little mark. Here I can just hang it and just take it off when I'm done. Just kind of a little tip that I use. Maybe it'll help you, maybe it won't. Hey, we're coming along. It's kind of warm today, especially for the end of December. It's going to reach about 80 degrees. But y'all take a minute and hit that like and subscribe button if you don't mind. Just if this is your kind of thing, this helps you out. Like and subscribe. Pound the notification button. Give me a comment down below. And I want to make a point while I'm talking real quick, and that is, keep in mind when you're building or you're repairing or you're remodeling your rabbit hutches or your rabbit coops or whatever the case may be, there's a couple of factors you need to keep in mind. One big one is your budget. Just because somebody's got one that looks like a condo doesn't mean you need to have one that looks like a condo. Doesn't mean that that's what you have to raise your animals. You don't. If that's your thing, if those real nice, aesthetically pleasing cages are your thing, great, you do that. If it's within your skill set, awesome, do that. If it's within your budget to buy one, hey, help somebody out, buy one. If that's what you want. If you can nail some boards together, make a box, because just keep some things in mind. You need to keep the animal warm, dry, and especially rabbits, cool. You need to keep them contained and protected. Those are the things you need to keep in mind. Keep those within your budget. You can buy them commercially made, you can buy them custom made, you can build them. They can be really beautiful or really ugly, as long as they fit those criteria. Okay? Keep those things in mind. The internet is full of pictures of what people have done. Get a piece of paper and a pencil, look around, see what you've got. If you've got some access to pallets, you've got access to materials to make you a cage. Okay, and you can go on Craigslist and there are people giving away pallets all the time. Put some sweat equity into it, tear the pallets apart. There's some things, a lot of things you can do, a lot of things. So we're gonna get back to it. Like I said, we're just getting ready to start folding it up, cut it, fold it so we can get it put back in there. Okay, I've got the wire fitted in. I've already put the staples in there, and all I'm doing just adding staples. See, I've added them all along here. These are not big staples. Remember, this wire is really stiff and it's fitted in there pretty tight. And you don't have to use the big staples, because remember, you're not putting a 30-pound dog in here. You're putting a rabbit, okay? A 10-pound rabbit, a 15-pound rabbit. But I'll show you. These are the staples that I'm putting in there. They're probably 1/2 inch. I think it's what these are, maybe 3/4 of an inch. It's a Harbor Freight 3-in-1. It's a staple, a brad nailer, and a finish nailer. You don't have to have all that. But I'm going to tell you what, I used to use all hand staples, and I bought that on sale for $20. I already have an air compressor just like most of y'all do. That has saved me so much time, and I talked about it in the hoop coop video and some other videos, that using these pneumatic staples on this. I've used the hand staples also. The hand staplers, you get tired, you start getting crooked, staples aren't going in all the way, all those other frustrating things. This, if you can use one of these, an air stapler, it is the cat's meow. It saves you so much time. It's still strong. You can get the whatever length staples you need, and you know they go in there well, and saves you so much time and effort. We'd still be sitting here nailing, especially in the awkward positions like back there. Oh, it was a nightmare. No more. It's all put the staples in. So we've got this one done. Just make sure the door closes. Door closes fine. High-tech latch. There you go. We've got 2 more to do. So y'all just keep in mind, hey, don't stress. It's just a rabbit hutch. Just holds rabbits. Isn't that a beautiful sky? Look what God's given us today. A beautiful, beautiful sky. I know it's really cold over there in the west, northwest. It's on the way here. So, isn't it beautiful? I hope y'all enjoyed this video about renovating, repairing your old rabbit hutch, and I hope you find it useful. If you do, please like and subscribe. Hit the comments below. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk back and forth, exchange ideas. Remember, don't make it complicated. Don't overthink it. It's a rabbit hutch. People have been keeping rabbits for a long time. There's a lot of different ways of doing it, a lot of different reasons to do it. So get out there, spend some time in the great outdoors, give God all the glory, and hey, make somebody else's life a little bit better. Hey, we love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Y'all come back, all right? Bye-bye.